Hello, it's Molly Reamer with 30 Days of Goddess and Bridget's Grove with this week's mini ritual. I have a lot going on today. I wanted to share the other Yemaya cards from these two Goddess Oracle decks that I have. As I mentioned before, this one I've kind of steered away from using in recent years due to the author's subsequent behavior after publishing these decks, but I did still want to revisit her card and then this Goddess Oracle as well. So I want to share the Yemaya cards from those as we come to the end of January, the month in which our Goddess Guidance Club, our Goddess Magic community, was honoring Yemaya. And I'm also using the Song of the Grandmother's Oracle deck. This was a surprise gift from Carmen, who's in our group, and it's a beautiful deck. I'm really enjoying the messages and the structure of it with the things that it draws inspiration from. And I like the nice gentle illustrations as well. And then I'm also using Woman Runes, our new Earth runes that I'm creating for the Goddess Magic community on Patreon this year, and some cards from our daily practice deck. So this might be a little bit longer than it sometimes is. So from Woman Runes, we received the Heart, the rune of love and passion. So this week, consider what you need to support you in expressing your passion. What do you love? What do you love? What do you feel passionate about? And how can love be at the center of your choices? How can love be at the ground of being? Something that Carol Christ once wrote is she experiences the goddess as the love at the ground of being. And so I come back to that thought often. Love is the ground of being, like that's what we arise from. So how can you root yourself in that understanding that love is the ground of being, and how can love be at the center of your choices? And then along those same lines, our newest Earth Rune card is the Seedling. So how can you ground yourself in love? What can you plant in the ground of love? And this is the Rune of Possibility, the seed of all possibilities, generation, growth, change, discovery, and taking care. So what is germinating for you? What is growing for you? What is beginning to take shape as a seed of possibility? It's not quite yet time for growth, not quite yet time for pushing forward, not yet quite time for emerging, but there are things that are incubating in this dark space. There's things that are starting to take root. There's things that are starting to grow. And may they be nourished by and nurtured in love as the ground of their being. So what is taking root for you? What seeds of promise are you incubating? And then let's go ahead. I think I'm going to end with the daily practice cards. So let's go ahead and see what our Song of the Grandmothers has. And we received Grandmother Weeping Willow, release. Bend, sway, swing, let loose. Anchored flexibility supports deliverance. So along with that grounding and the rooting and the seeds being planted, how can you experience anchored flexibility? Like, so your roots are sunk deep in the ground, yet you still need to bend and flow and change and adapt. So let this willow remind you to adapt to change with grace as you tend to and nourish those things that you love. And then from the Goddess Guidance, this Goddess Guidance Oracle, the Yemaya card here, who, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of different ways to pronounce her name, and so I have the Midwestern U.S. pronunciation. This book suggests Yemanja or Yemanji, and Yemanji, and then, so I just referencing that, I know I'm probably messing that up a little bit. But anyway, the message from Yemanji is important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Like the ocean, life moves in waves and tides. Timing is everything. So when an opportunity presents itself, you must dive in at that moment. Everything that you've done to prepare yourself will accompany you. Isn't that a lovely thought? Everything that you've done to prepare yourself will accompany you. And then I really like the liberation here and the grounded flexibility, which is, if you hesitate or procrastinate, another opportunity will come along, just as the tides wash in and out continuously. Like the ocean, life is rich with variety and beauty. Enjoy experiencing its various rhythms and allow all doubts to be washed away. So I really loved, and I wanted to emphasize that, like, if you hesitate, another opportunity will come washing in. Like, it's not too late. I speak a lot about you're not behind, it's not too late. You can start from here, you can start from now. So I like that. both messages. Don't hesitate. And yet, if you do, it's okay. And there'll be another opportunity to dive in, and everything you've done to prepare yourself will accompany you. So this card also asks you to think about celebrating your successes and things like that. So that is what I wanted to share about that card. And then from the Yemaya card in here, and the pronunciation from this book is Yemaya. So Yemaya, and she's portrayed here in a mermaid form, which is sometimes she's known as the queen of the fishes, the queen of the sea, the mother of the fishes, the mother of the ocean. And so I loved her reading. Come with your cares, come with your woes, come when life is joyful, come when life weighs you down, come when you take on too much, come when you are spread too thin, come when you are danced out, come when you seek renewal. All I ask when you come is that you surrender to me, Mother Ocean. My watery womb waits to hold you, nurture you, birth you anew, when you let go and give all over to me. So as we mentioned before, Yemaya is the West African Yoruban goddess, river goddess originally, but then she traveled to Brazil, across the oceans. She traveled with people who were enslaved in Africa into other countries and managed to survive and even thrive. And I think she speaks very highly to a testament to endurance, as well as a testament to the power of the goddess to accompany her children where they go, even if it's forcible removal. And she came along and adapted and changed and changed form and expression, but is still there. And so that's one of her powerful attributes to me, or her powerful experiences, is that she travels with her people. And so the card information here says, Yemaya swimming into your life, it signals a time for surrender. Are you carrying more than you can handle comfortably? Do you think you must do it all by yourself? Have you come up against a wall and feel the only way to get to the other side is by breaking through? Surrender doesn't mean giving up, but instead giving over. Wholeness is nurtured when you realize that the only way through some situations is to surrender and open to something greater. The act of surrender is one of opening and trust. And so I thought that was good as well. And I wanted to make sure to explore and honor that card as we close out this month of Yemaya. And then, let's see. Renew. Oh, that's good. That goes with, so what can you surrender in order to renew? So I surrender my fear and renew my spirit, for example. And then there were actually two practices because one jumped out. So the first one is sing a chant or a prayer song. And since we are honoring Yemaya, perhaps you will find a chant to her that you may wish to listen to or sing, or even compose your own and make an offering to the water near you. So as I said, she was originally a river goddess and she became an ocean goddess because she traveled across the sea with her people. And so she's associated with water of all kinds of bodies of water. So if you have a body of water near you, you may wish to make an offering in her honor. And then rest both hands on your belly and whisper something you need to hear. So this forms a ritual in and of itself. Renew and surrender, let go, and walk through the new doors of opportunity. Sing your song, rest both hands on your belly and whisper something you need to hear, and then offer this prayer. May I create a gentle space for tears. May I create a loving place for dreams. May I create a brave space for change. May I create a wise space for joy. May I create a bold space for hope. May I create a life I love. And an affirmation to carry us through. This one's so important. I have to come back to this over and over again. I protect my attention well and wisely, for it is a precious magic. So I know we've covered a lot of ground today. May you be open to new possibilities. May you be willing to surrender. May you see the opportunities come in on the tides. Seize those moments, walk through the doors, root your choices in love and grounded flexibility. Protect your attention well and wisely and create a life you love. Thank you so much for being here. Keep living your magic. Bye-bye.